Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss about the pituitary gland, which is a part of endocrine gland system. In our previous videos we have already discussed about what is exocrine gland, what is endocrine gland, and the introduction about the hormones. In this video we are going to discuss about the pituitary gland. So pituitary gland is also known as master gland. It is known as master gland because the hormones secreted by this gland also regulate the function of other endocrine glands. And now, pituitary gland is situated in a bony cavity which is called as sella turcica. Sella turcica is the bony cavity which is present in sphenoid bone of skull. And pituitary gland is attached to hypothalamus by a stalk. This stalk is called as infundibulum. So in this diagram, as this is hypothalamus and this is the pituitary gland, and the pituitary gland is attached to hypothalamus by this stalk called as infundibulum. And the pituitary gland is anatomically divided into two parts. Anterior portion is called as anterior pituitary, and the posterior portion is called as posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary is also known as adenohypophysis, and the posterior pituitary is known as neurohypophysis. Hypophysis means pituitary gland. So let's discuss this. So now, this pituitary gland has two parts, anterior pituitary and the posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary is also known as adenohypophysis. And this posterior pituitary is known as neurohypophysis. Anterior pituitary is divided into two different lobes. These are called as pars distalis, pars intermedia, and posterior pituitary has a single lobe called as pars nervosa. In humans, pars intermedia lobe is attached with the pars distalis, and the hormones are formed in these lobes. So the hormones formed by pars distalis are growth hormone, prolactin, thyroid stimulating hormone, ac- Adrenocorticotropic hormone, Leutinizing hormone, and the follicle stimulating hormone. These all hormones are secreted by the pars distalis lobe of the pituitary gland, and pars intermedia secrete a single hormone called as melanocyte stimulating hormone, and the pars nervosa secretes two hormones called as oxytocin and vasopressin. Vasopressin is also called as ADH. ADH means anti-diuretic hormone. The hormones secreted by pars nervosa are formed in hypothalamus. Pars nervosa just store and secrete them when they are needed by body. So now let's discuss all these hormones one by one. So the growth hormone. Growth hormone is secreted by the pars distalis lobe of the anterior pituitary gland. Growth hormone promotes the elongation of the bones for overall increase in the height of the body. It also promotes the mitosis, cell division in organs for overall growth in the body. It also promotes overall metabolism of the body is increased. How? Growth hormone increases the protein uptake. Protein uptake in cells is increased. It increases the lipolysis. Lipolysis means the breakdown of the lipids or the fats. These lipids and the fats are used by our body. And due to abnormal secretion, low or high secretion, diseases may there. So, due to low secretion means hyposecretion. In childhood, due to low secretion of growth hormone in our body, the child is dwarf. The child height is low, but the overall growth is normal. So this disease is called as dwarfism. And due to hypersecretion, hypersecretion means the more secretion of the growth hormone. In childhood, this disease is called as gingitum. The person has more height and the more growth. If this hormone has a more secretion in adult, this disease is called as acromegaly. The acromegaly person has a normal height because in adulthood metaphysic plates of the bones are destroyed, so the height cannot be increased by the growth hormone. In the acromegaly person, it causes a disfigurement or the enlargement of the facial or the vertebral bones. So this is all about the growth hormone. Now TSH. TSH is thyroid stimulating hormone. TSH stimulates thyroid gland to produce thyroxine hormone. And now ACTH hormone. ACTH is Adrenocorticotropic hormone. As the name indicates, ACTH hormone of the pituitary gland affects the cortical part of the adrenal gland. To produce such hormones. And now the other hormone of the pars distalis lobe is prolactin. Prolactin is also secreted by the pars distalis lobe of the anterior pituitary. It is responsible for lactation. Lactation means milk formation. So, the prolactin hormone of the pituitary gland is responsible for the milk formation in the mammary glands or the breast after the delivery of baby in women's. Now, luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. These hormones act on gonads, means testes in male and ovaries in females. Luteinizing hormone in females stimulates ovulation, means release of the egg, and during the release of egg a structure is formed called as corpus luteum. This structure secretes an hormone, progesterone. Progesterone hormone has too many functions in females, which is secreted by corpus luteum. And the function of luteinizing hormone in male. In male, luteinizing hormone is known as ICSH. ICSH means interstitial cell stimulating hormones. It means it stimulates interstitial cell or Leydig cells of the testes to secrete testosterone hormone, which has too many functions in the male. And now FSH means follicle stimulating hormone. It stimulates the follicle. In female, it stimulates oogenesis. Oogenesis means the formation of ovum or the egg in the ovary of the female. In male it stimulates spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is the formation of the sperms in the testes of the male. And now let's discuss the hormone which is secreted by of the anterior pituitary, which is MSH. MSH. MSH means melanocyte stimulating hormone. As the name indicates, this hormone stimulates the melanocyte cells to secrete a pigment known as melanin pigment. MSH has a role in skin color determination. MSH darkens the skin by spreading melanin pigment under the skin. And now oxytocin and anti-diuretic hormone. Both hormones are secreted by the pars nervosa lobe of the posterior pituitary. Oxytocin. Oxytocin is a main parturition hormone. Parturition means the expulsion of the baby after the pregnancy. Oxytocin stimulates fast and vigorous contractions of uterine muscles. At the end of pregnancy. For expulsion of baby. These contractions are called as labor pain, which is caused by the oxytocin. And the labor pain caused by the oxytocin is secreted by the pituitary gland of the mother, not from the fetus. And oxytocin is also known as a milk letdown hormone. Milk formation is being performed by the prolactin hormone, milk letdown hormone. During the action of the suction of the breast by the baby, this hormone is secreted, which stimulates mammary gland to eject out milk for the feeding of the baby. So this is oxytocin hormone. And now anti-diuretic hormone or the vasopressin. It acts on kidney. It stimulates the reabsorption of water and electrolytes from urine to reduce the water loss from the body. And due to hyposecretion means the low secretion, the disease caused known as diabetes insipidus. So this is all about the pituitary gland. Thanks for watching.